Hi folks, it's Danny at Bradley James Classics, and I'm bringing you today a simply wonderful example of a 1982 Ford Cortina Mark 5. And this is a beautiful colour combination that's very typical of the outgoing model. And for those of you who know your Cortinas, you probably recognise the Crusader, because it was the one that came right at the end of the long Cortina reign, and it gave you sort of gear-like features which we'll run through a little later. So a well-spec'd car, and it looks particularly handsome in Titan blue and Strato silver two-tone. I think I'm right in saying that there were 4 different two-tone models, colour schemes I should say, in the Crusader, and they did some solid colours too. Whereas for me, this is the one that's featured in the brochure, and I remember them very well in this colour scheme. I think they look lovely. This one's covered just 70,000 miles and clearly has been cherished by its previous owners, who've kept this car in I can only describe as sort of show condition. I think you could rock up at the car show and immediately have a instantly recognisable Ford from a lot of people's youths, and they'll know the Mark 5 Cortina when they see one, because we used to have so many of them on our roads, whereas now they are a rather rare sight, an exceptionally rare sight in this condition. I will do a slow, detailed walk around so you can see the condition of the coachwork shortly, but for now I'll tell you a little bit more about the Cortina. This one is a 1.6, so it's a Pinto overhead cam engine with an automatic gearbox. Having covered just 70,000 miles, with an alarm. We mustn't forget the alarm. Quite tedious, but so's having your car stolen. I'll tell you what, let's get inside before it goes off again. Oh my God. You'd be very unlucky to have this car stolen with this level of security. 1982 was the last year of the Cortina and the first year of the Sierra that it came along to replace the Cortina. I think I mentioned to you the trim level being very similar to that of a gear. Now, I'm going to be going on memory, and when this is committed to YouTube, I have to see how good a memory test we can do. But the gear, of course, had this, whoops, the horn works, it had this wood effect dashboard. It had these door cappings. The gear was a little plusher through the door cards, but like the gear model, it's got the deep pile carpet, very much the gear style velour seats. This happens to be a colour called Shark Grey, and it really is in excellent condition. The seats all round are. It's lovely to see that it's got its original Ford radio, which works. It's got a pulley up aerial there. It's got this under console, drop down console as they were called at the time. Another little flashing light's been added there. The gentleman clearly really didn't want his car stolen. It also, like the gear, had a full console which comes right the way through here with a little cabbie box there. Handbrake, of course, and that's the automatic gear. Now, this has had a manual choke conversion, which was remarkably common on the Fords, because there used to be an automatic choke on the Weber carburettor, and it didn't always start so well in the mornings. So having this manual choke conversion just put a little bit more you in control of its likelihood to start in a cold morning. So having a manual choke conversion is not necessarily a bad thing. The headlining in the car is very good, as are these rear seats, centre armrest. Really fabulous plastics. If I'm being fussy, you've got a minor crack here at the top of these vents, very common on them, but no such cracks on the rest of the dashboard. Now it's got uprated speakers because these are Kenwood speakers. The Ford speaker used to sit there and it was just like a perforated piece of plastic. I dare say that the Kenwood speakers probably sound a little better than the original ones fitted by Ford, so we will forgive the upgrade, because even if you did have the originals, they would be speakers that were fitted there anyway, so I think we can get away with that one. So registered in August 1982, just 70,000 miles. I've got some limited service history, to be honest, but it does show a variety of older MOT certificates, which do collaborate the mileage. The sales brochure is also available with the car, and that's a sales brochure from this era. And if I can risk getting out the car without the alarm going back off, I will do, and I'll show you the rest of the car. It does have 2 keys and the petrol key, and they're both original Ford keys, which is always a lovely thing to see. Now, let's get out. Oh, surprise, surprise, there goes the alarm. I think you're supposed to hit the button before you open the door. I think that's the technique. And if you take any longer than 4 nanoseconds to get out the car, the alarm seems to go off. I think there's a bit of technique to be learnt there. Now I'm going to go around this car real slowly so you can see the condition of it, starting with this offside front wing that appears to be in excellent order with all its correct stripes. I've got one little bubble here down in the silver section. Excellent tyres all round, and what looks to be totally refurbished Ford sports wheels with the beauty rings and the correct cap. A very good driver's side door, so it's an offside front door in excellent condition, as is the rear one. If I get fussy, I can see there's a small chip here. Very good through the back panel. The chrome of the bumper is in excellent condition, as is the rear valance. And that exhaust pipe doesn't look dreadfully old. Very nice through the bonnet and the roof, nice bright unscratched glass, and it looks as if it's lost a little bit of lacquer here and here, but as I step back, very little else I can comment on. A rear wing on the near side in excellent condition, as is the passenger near side door, passenger near side door for the front, and the front wing through to the front panel and valance, all looking very sharp. While we're together, let's see how we get on with opening this door. Press that button, and if I'm quick, I'm going to get under here and I'm going to pull that and shut that door. Yes, I beat the alarm. I knew it was possible. And I'm now going to open up single-handedly the bonnet, and let's have a look. Now this is very good, because I'm afraid the Fords were well known for their corrosion issues, and this one is lovely and clean under the bonnet without being totally titivated for showing. It just is in good clean condition. Lots of insulation under here. I can't see anything untoward here. This all looks completely present and correct, as it should be. A nice large X-side battery, which looks larger than the standard spec, to be fair, so there's certainly no problem this turning over in the morning. Very clean through the top of the camshaft cover here, and I can't see anything to be concerned about under this bonnet. It's all very honest and correct. Let's drop that down. And somewhere that people always like to have a little look when they're buying their Cortinas is making sure everything is correct in the boot. So let's open that up. This has got a nice thick rubber mat in the boot, which is in good order, and that's where the jack sits. And under here I'm looking for the spare wheel, which is the correct spare wheel, and she is lovely and solid all underneath here, and that's not always the way in these Cortinas. They were known to get a little damp, whereas that one is rock solid. Now, it's very difficult while I'm walking around to show you too much of the undercarriage, but we've had the benefit of having this car up on the ramp. We've had a look underneath, and she is super solid, totally undersealed, and that's exactly how you need these cars to be if they're going to take the rigours of the British roads in the winter with all that salt. So Cortina Mark 5, 70,000 miles, 1.6 Crusader automatic. It drives superbly. I've just taken it on a drive today. It did drive 200 miles in one trip to come down when it was part exchanged from the previous owner who lived in the northwest, and it truly is a credit to previous owners because the car has survived so well. The interior is in beautiful order, the exterior is in beautiful order. It really is a lovely car to drive. Lots of thumbs up and smiles from people who remember these cars, and there's no reason she couldn't be yours. Well, she's in stock today, folks. Let me know if you'd like to come and have a look at this Cortina. We do offer full UK delivery at competitive prices. We can part exchange your existing classic car. I don't usually do the boasting bit, but we are very proud to have won a national award for being a classic car dealer, which we're very proud of. And we can also make sure that the car comes to you in fine fettle, because the cars always have a fresh MOT. They go through our own classic car garage, where our specialist mechanics have cut their teeth on cars like this, and we know how to prepare these cars to a very good standard and make sure that when she drives off, when she arrives with you, she's ready to enjoy immediately. Well, folks, that's Danny at Bradley James Classics, bringing you this beautiful Cortina from 1982, 70,000 miles, in stock now. Thank you for sharing this walk around video with me. All the best, and it's only Thursday, but I'm going to wish you a weekend early, because I'm having tomorrow off. That's Danny at Bradley James Classics, signing out.